Hi, this is the video which will explain you about the Falcon programming model. It tells you how you can write the test in the way that Falcon expects you to write. And I am Anshul Rastogi and I am going to walk you through this presentation. So let's get started. Let's go through the agenda that what we are going to cover in this particular video. We are going to understand first what is the Falcon programming model. Then we will see that how we can write the test in Falcon, and then we are going to see that after the development of our test, then how we can verify our test in the simulator. So these are the three things that we are going to cover. First will be theoretical part, and rest two I am going to show you practically in this video. So let's get started. Moving to the Falcon programming model. Okay, so what you have to do is uh, there is a Falcon client library which exposes you a Falcon entry point class. So whatever the test you are going to write, you are going to write as methods, and under these methods should be under a class, and then this class should be derived from Falcon entry point. Now there are these there on the below you can see that there are attributes and there is roles. Whenever you are declaring a method, you can declare any one of the declare the method by any one of those attributes. How what is the if you declare a method or declare a test method as a class initialize, the method will be run by each test runners one time at the start of the test. This is for all initialization activities and other which needs to be done before the test starts, but it's only a single time activity. Similarly, what we have a counterpart to it is class cleanup. So this is also a one time activity. Once your tests are completed, it will be calling the method which is marked as a test cleanup. The method having the test cleanup attribute will be run by each test runners. Remember, this is by each test runners, means like every instance of your runner only one time, but at the end of the test. Similarly, we have test initialize. The method having test initialize attribute is called before the test, every test. Okay, unlike the class initialize and class cleanup, which are called only once, they are called before each and every test. And similarly, test cleanup after the test is completed. And if you declare a method as test method, this is the core part where you actually wants to measure your latency, throughput, exceptions. So the class should have uh, at least one of those methods, and the so the order will be, first of all, the class initialize will be called, then the test initialize will be called, then test method will be called, then your test cleanup will be called, and test initialize, test method, test cleanup, and this will continue until your test ends. Once your test ends, your class cleanup will be called. It is similar to the unit test framework what we have in Visual Studio. So if you are familiar with that, you'll find it very easy to understand. It's equivalent to that only. So let's get started and move on to the that how we can write the test. So let's get started. Open our Visual Studio. And in that case, you have to visit tfas.com. tfas.com. Once you visit there, you will find a download button which says download Falcon SDK 1.0 and test simulator. Click on download. It will give you an MSI. Just install this MSI, very intuitive to install. Very intuitive to install. Once you install this MSI, uh, your felt simulator and your SDK gets installed. Then what you do is just open your project, say new project. Select the class library. Let's say my test is my library name. Click OK. First of all, you have to add a reference to the Falcon client library which we talked about. Wherever this simulator you have installed, C program multidimensional IT solutions private limited Falcon simulator, this is the place where we have installed so you will find there is a Falcon client library. Just refer to this library, click OK and say using Falcon library dot test is the namespace what you need to add. Once you add this thing, you have to get this inherited from Falcon entry point class. This is what we talked about initially. Now I can say public void test 1 and declare it as a, let's say or test method. Now you can see that it is coming from Falcon class Falcon client library dot test method. This is the attribute. So what you have just done is you have declared it as a test method. Okay, you can write your code here. We'll add one more library just to simulate using system dot threading, and you can put your code over here, whatever the code you want to execute. Then I'm going to simulate just sleep by putting some 1 second of sleep. So this is my test method. Uh, then similarly I can copy this one and say, let's say initialize, where I want to do, let's say class initialize clean or sorry initialize activities. Then again I'm putting a sleep and it's a initialize. Okay, now similarly I can declare one more thing. Let's say my class cleanup, so it will be executed cleanup task code. You can write over there, and similarly you can write quickly about test initialize init and test cleanup clean. So this is the structure. So what will happen is, first of all, the method which you have declared as the class initialize will be called. Now let's see if it compiles. No. Okay. Okay, I need to change and jump. Cleanup. String name and string test name. I'll discuss in a couple of minutes why we are doing so. And similarly, I can declare multiple tests. So this could be my test 2. This is my test 3. This is my test 4. So here I'm good done. So what I have done is like see the if you see the test initialize and test cleanup are single. So if we have to do different cleanups or different test initialize for all these tests, uh, we pass that for which particular test before which each particular test. Let's say test 1 wants to have a different init process and cleanup process. So you can put your code like if test name double equal to test test 1. Do this like that. So this is in a nutshell about it, and just clean up for the time being, keep it clean. So what is going to do is like whenever we are going to call initialize, first of all initialize is going to be called, then your test init initiation will be called, then your test method will be particular called, and then test your cleanup will be called, and then your class cleanup will be called. So this will be the process. So this is how you write test in Falcon. The what you write in your and one more thing, there could be only one of these methods can be declared as class initialize, class cleanup, test initialize, and test cleanup. Test methods, many methods can be test methods, but only one method can be declared by the above following types. If you declare more than one at the simulation time or while checking the for its syntax and its work, it will be stopped. So let's get started and let's see that how do we do it. First of all, we'll compile it. It compiles. So we'll go and see where are these bits. So whatever the dependent files are there, we are gonna just copy them. These are the two files what we have got. Just copy them and put them into a new folder. Hi, and this is where I have posted my all the details. This is my path. Now I will go to the Falcon simulator. So once you install, uh, this simulation will be created on your system. What you have to do is like first select your folder. So we have the folder at C hi. This is my folder. Click OK and say get methods. Now can you see like here like whatever the methods we declared, test 1, test 4, test 2, test 3 are all fetched by it. What I can do it, like I can select a few of them or all of them and say run. So can you see them, that what is happening? It's actually passing. What it ensures you that if the test has been passed in this particular simulator, uh, it will pass on to the cloud. So you save a lot of time in debugging the issues while putting them onto the cloud, uh, and turnaround time will be lower. You can simulate and you can get the exceptions if in case you are getting any, and um, you can debug it faster rather than having a big turnaround time. Thank you very much. This is the video about just to give you get started. In the next video, we are going to talk about that when we have these files, how we can get started with our simulation or deploy get these tests up and running onto the cloud on multi machines. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.